Welcome to the Effects Loop. I'm Diaz,
I'm Chris.
And I'm Scott.
and we are keeping you in the loop of the guitar community. All right. This episode is brought to you by our Threadless store with our new model, me. So we might throw it back up. We don't know. But we did have a nice little ad. Since we don't want to exploit women and we don't want to appear sexist, we decided we'd just exploit me. And it turned out pretty decent. I was kind of proud of myself. For being an amateur model, felt like I did very well. But go check out our Threadless. It is in our bio on Instagram. You can find it in the notes in the episode description thing area. And go buy something. It's pretty cool. I own a couple shirts, and they're actually really comfortable. I think all of us own a shirt, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very comfortable.
The tri-blends run a little small.
But they're also the most comfortable.
Yes, they are.
They are. You sacrifice hiding your lumpy body for comfort.
Yeah, they don't shrink, though. That's the nice part.
That's what she said. All right, Chris, what's new with you?
Nothing. We got back into town from when we're recording this yesterday, and I meant to hit a music go round while we were in Virginia Beach because they normally tend to have like odd things because it's basically a consignment store, but we didn't actually make it there. And I never checked Craigslist, so I definitely didn't get anything new.
I got to play the bass though. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
We met up and he came through town and we had dinner. We were going to record a live episode, but the place we went to apparently had trivia night.
Which if we had known about, we would have tried to get there sooner and actually do that instead.
Yeah, we would have competed because some of those questions were actually pretty easy. Like the first question we heard was, what's the only state that starts with D?
Delaware.
Delaware. Hi, I'm in Delaware.
And then they had like 6 minutes for people to think about that.
Yeah. I was like, guys, it's Delaware. How can you forget Delaware? Let's see.
It's a little sliver of land on the side of Maryland. I mean, I guess it's kind of easy to forget.
How dare you?
How dare you speak about Delaware like that? All 2 listeners in Delaware are pissed right now.
Well,
That's half of our people listening right now. Sorry, Delaware, the entire state. Let's see. I got some new stuff. I got a wiring harness in from Gun Street Wiring. I've been like teasing it, but I actually got it installed, and man, that thing was actually very easy to install. I just had to hit 4 solder points. So it has the shadow pot kill switch on it, which is really cool. But we tried some new things out. I'm really enjoying it, and it actually got me in the mood to like actually fix stuff. So I'm changing the nut on my guitar, which I don't suggest anyone doing on a Gibson unless you're pretty well knowledgeable about it. So it's not as easy as I remember doing it. But that's pretty much what's new with me. I'm letting the government in my house. Pretty excited about that. Big Brother coming to stay for a while. I got an Amazon Echo and an Echo Dot coming, so that'll be pretty cool.
and how did you get those?
I actually traded a pedal for the Amazon Echo. Co Schneider, who does the what is it, the One Day Guitar thing?
Yep.
Is that what it's called? One Day Guitar?
It's like
Yep.
One Day Guitar Roadshow or something like that.
Yeah.
Boutique Guitar Roadshow.
Yeah, that's it. He's a great guy. And he actually traded me one of my Boss PH2s for the Amazon Echo. And then I went buck wild on Cyber Monday and Black Friday and all that. So I'm going to be able to say, Alexa, turn off the lights. So if you had an Alexa, you're welcome. It just got darker in your house. Have fun.
So I used to FaceTime with my nephews, and so I've had one of those for a little while. And my nephew figured out he could turn on and off the light behind me, doing that, and it was like the greatest thing in the world for him for a hot minute there.
How old is he?
He was like 4 at the time.
That's great. I've got the entertainment level of a 4-year-old because I think that's fantastic. You're like, yeah, back whenever he was 4, he thought it was awesome. Like he's 6 now. He's over it.
Wait, so when you asked me to explain the things to you like you're 3. I mean, you're regressing from your.
So that's my 4-year-old habits. Oh man. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with me. Scott, what's going on with you?
Well, I got back my John Mayer pickups from Curtis over at Lambertones.
Ooh, those big dippers.
Yeah, they're working wonderfully right now, and it's really exciting to have that guitar back to like working shape.
I couldn't imagine it not being in working shape. I could. Yeah. Did the Titan distract you?
It was heartbreaking. I mean, the Titan is kind of like the guitar I'm focusing on most right now. Like I keep picking it up. I really like that guitar. But you know, there's just something. So I've had my John Mayer since I was like, I think I bought it with my first bonus working. So I was like 22, 23 when I bought that. So
that's one heck of a first bonus buy. Like that's fantastic. Good choice.
Yeah. I wanted a good guitar. Because I had my Schecter. That was basically the guitar I had at the time. So I wanted to go back to a Strat, and I was looking. I was like between that or like a Deluxe or a Jazzmaster. And so yeah, I went with I found a great deal on a John Mayer and picked it up. So that's that story. So thank you, Curtis. That was awesome. And they're working great. And then there's the drama I've been having this week with something that should be a what's new today, but is not. I ordered a Chase Bliss Dark World. It was supposed to be delivered on Saturday to my P.O. box. It's marked as delivered to my P.O. box. It is not there. And I am desperately trying to find it. I've gone to the post office like 3 or 4 times already. I'm like fuming mad at them. Trying to find this thing.
Yeah. That sucks. I'm lucky I've got a pretty decent postal service in my area. I think, Chris, you've had troubles with yours before, haven't you?
Not UPS. It's always, or not the postal service. It's been UPS because they've like marked it as delivered, and you know you walk outside, it's not there.
Yeah.
So the first time I called them, they're like, "Oh yeah, sometimes they'll do that when it's like end of the day, and they'll take it to the warehouse where we store stuff for delivery the next day." And it's like,
that's not okay.
Like
yeah,
that,
like I work with one of your competitors. I'm pretty sure they don't fucking do that. If it's not delivered, they're not gonna say it's delivered.
I've had that happen with FedEx before. I've never
had an issue with FedEx. The only issues I've ever had with FedEx is when like it's been the sender like not telling me it needs to be signed for, and then I get a notification of no one was home. It's like no one rang the doorbell.
I had FedEx one time. They did that. They sat there legit. They did the no one was home thing. I sat there and I called them. I was like, I've been sitting in my underwear at my front door for like 3 hours expecting this guitar to come. That happened to my Firebird, actually.
One advantage of working from home and going through as much Amazon and flipping stuff as I do is the guy who delivers to my house is really good. But because I was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to be in town or not when this finally comes, because there was all this back order stuff going on with the Dark World. So I used the P.O. box I use for my company. And yeah, it's a mess over there. Just absolute mess. I'm going to try again today because it's like 4 o'clock my time right now when we're recording. So I'm going to try to hit them before they close, see if it shows up, because I got a fave switch coming for that too. So we'll see which one shows up first.
It's a race.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm out of town for like the next 5 days. So again, it's just like, it's hard to buy stuff and actually get it.
Well, when I get my Alexa, just give me your Alexa address and I'll check on your house. I'll like send random. But no, I'm like, so
you should just randomly start barking. So people are like, well, or the low battery alarm on a smoke detector.
Oh my gosh. No. So can I control, like if you talk through the Alexa, I wonder if you can control that Alexa, like if it can differentiate I'm guessing it probably can.
It knows, because like
Yeah.
it's like whenever you see one used on like a TV commercial, yours
Yeah.
doesn't go off
That's true.
usually, except for like that first episode. There's that South Park where like Cartman gets like all the smart devices together to start like
Wait, hold
commanding
on.
each other.
Wasn't there a late night host that actually like said Alexa order pizza or something like that, and people are like they said he told Alexa to order a bunch of crazy stuff, and some people's Alexas actually did it.
Yeah. So first off, turn off that feature.
What, being able to buy stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, right away. You need another layer of self control than just that.
I mean,
Like I make shopping lists off mine, but it's like if I'm in the kitchen and I'm like, oh, I'm running out of butter, you know, Alexa, add that to the list.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm excited about Jeopardy.
Oh, there's that. And you're getting the full one, so I don't mind listening to music casually on it.
Yeah. So that was kind of the thing. So I figured I was going to leave that one in the living room area, and that way I can listen to music if I want to. And then I'm going to put the dot in the bedroom. See, I've got to get the multi lights too, like the multicolored LEDs, so I can be like,
no, you don't.
Yes, I do. That way I can be like, Alexa, play some Al Green. Alexa, turn the living room purple. I hope someone has all that and is listening to this, and they just started hearing Al Green and purple lights came on. Diaz is wooing through podcasts.
It's a good time to tell you, dear listener, you're a creeper.
Yeah, that's odd. Put down the glass of wine. Don't enjoy this. All right, let's go on to gear news since we're staying on topic. So, Scott, why don't you talk about that? The Old Blood Noise Endeavors just released a pretty cool pedal.
Yeah, this thing's pretty awesome. I want to start by saying it's been a good month for reverb pedals. I mean, there's been so many cool things coming out these days, and this is just one of them. This is in collaboration with Data Choir Sounds, which is a musician, does a lot of social media work, worth checking her out. Fantastic musician. It's called I believe it's pronounced Rever. It looks French. And, and you know, I studied French and I have no idea.
It's actually Italian. It comes in a box that says Fragile. It's the Raver. I'm sorry. It's getting close to Christmas. That's going to be relevant when people listen to this.
He'll shoot your eye out, Diaz.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, this is a reverse delay and reverb in one, and it is just frankly, one of the best wash tone reverbs I've heard in a long time.
I love the look of this. It is fantastic. Like it really the pictures they used on the website. It's just grays pretty much, and the knobs are really nice except for one knob is orange. And it just has this really cool aesthetic to it. And the background's gray in the picture. I would want to do like a full gray pedal board with this. And just like have only one knob on each pedal be orange.
That would look really good.
See, that would be like, I don't do that often. I've never like color coordinated pedals. But that pedal right there could be like the centerpiece of a pedal board like that.
So, the bad news. They sold out instantly because they're only making 25 of them.
Yeah.
And if you follow them on Instagram, you got to watch basically Brady build all of them over the holiday. So you kind of feel bad for the guy that he didn't get to take any time off, really. But this looks fantastic. I hope they do a few more runs of these.
This is gonna be one of those pedals that pops up on Reverb for like $350 when it's sold new for $229.
Oh yeah, the flip on this is gonna be great.
Yeah. And I don't think Old Blood Noise Endeavors, they haven't really put out a whole lot of limiteds where they've been like flip crazy.
I will say this: the Dweller has not shown up on the used market whatsoever this year.
Really?
It is. Yeah, I've been tracking that on Reverb. I mean, I was tracking the Flatlight for a while too because I was able to nab a flat light off the used market, but
Do you think that it's because they're not selling, or they're just people are buying and not wanting to sell them?
I think people they are not a flash in the pan kind of thing where people grab one and they're like, "Oh, I'm done." I think people are hanging on to them for a while. So, I mean, I haven't seen something from them I've been like meh on in a while. Everything I've seen, I'm just like, yes, this is awesome. They've really seemed to find their stride this year, particularly. But yeah, that's the I guess the other fun part is keep paying attention to what DataQuire puts out there, because they're going to be featuring this thing all over the place.
Yeah, and it looks great. So let's see, Balaguer just announced the Fission Drive, which is a preamp overdrive or distortion pedal with 2 unique gain topologies in one circuit. Great use of the word topology.
So this is interesting because isn't this their first pedal?
Yeah, you know what this reminds me of? What's the precision
Isotopes?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. And what was it? What was the other team? Shelbyville Adams?
Was it the Adams?
I think it might have been.
Doug Cower, please post in the group.
Hold on.
What
I'm looking it up.
was.
I think it here, let's see. Springfield. All right, let's see. Oh, no, it's the Shelbyvillians.
Wow.
I was way off. Wow. I'm sorry, Doug. I feel horrible.
You should.
I thought there was a team called the Adams.
There might be. I think there actually is a Springfield Isotopes as a real team now in like the minor leagues. But anyway, so this thing really runs the gambit, doesn't it? It does the amp in the box thing, it does fuzz, and it does clean boost.
Yeah. It looks pretty
the
cool.
demo seemed pretty interesting. They had a lot of like high gain stuff on there though. So
There's an Albuquerque Isotopes.
Albuquerque Isotopes.
Took a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
Dang.
Yeah, looks great. So Balaguer makes really good stuff, and it's usually pretty decently priced. So I haven't gotten a chance to listen to this one, but I would suggest, or I would just assume from the company's reputation that it's going to be a pretty good pedal.
Yeah,
I wonder if they're actually making it, or if someone's making it for them and they're just releasing it.
I'm really curious about that too, because guitar building and pedal building don't necessarily overlap in skill sets. It's kind of quite a rarity that you could do both.
I know Friedman does both. But
that's amp building and pedal building, right? Well,
no,
Friedman
he has
does
guitars.
a lot of stuff now.
He has guitars. Yeah. He was doing pedal boards and all that stuff. Yeah.
Isn't that how Dave Friedman made his name for himself? Was doing basically setting up rigs, and then so he started building better versions of Marshalls.
I believe so. Yeah, that sounds correct.
Yeah. So I'm curious because he was part of the whole that group. That manufacturing group, like out of California. Like they're the people who actually make Wampler stuff. So like Brian Wampler designs it and then hands it off to them to like manufacture. And I think who else is in that group?
Grover Jackson?
I don't think so. I wanted to say Two Rock was part of it at one point, and Fano, or I might be confusing two groups together now. Because the Fano and Two Rock one fell apart.
Sounds like you're having a Diaz moment.
Well, I've been up since 4 a.m., so I've been doing your lifestyle.
And it is not a fun lifestyle.
No, it's not. And I get to do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, so I got to be up at 4 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, pardon me while yawning.
Oh my gosh, tomorrow's Wednesday. Good morning, Michael Newman. Just throwing it out there. I look forward to your comments. No, I'm just playing. He felt. I wonder if he felt like I really did attack him last week.
He's been talking about making a podcast.
Hey, listen, all the cool kids are doing it. Welcome to the club. All I can say is set mini goals. So
I'm just waiting for somebody to not use Podbean. That's really the deviating from the pack.
And make sure that you set a Patreon up, because you got to get one of those
before you have any content for it. Or intend to have any content for it.
And remember, there's 2 ways to do it. You can like record a bunch of episodes and like release them all at once, or you can like
do the Netflix model.
Or you can do that, or you can do the Friends model, where just you talk with your friends once a week and everyone sits down and they're wondering what Joey's going to do. They were on a break, okay? So let's move on. Matthews Effects came out with 2 new pedals. Well, newish. So they came out with a Ghoul Phantom Fuzz. So it's an op-amp fuzz with 3-band EQ, which you don't see a whole lot of fuzzes with 3-band EQ.
So is this, when you say op-amp fuzz, is that an op-amp
in the pedal
muff circuit? Or is it?
I don't know. It doesn't really say what it's going for there. I would assume it's probably a muff. I'm not really 100% on pedal designs on the, how that works. I just trust them. So you got an output, a frequency, a gain, high, mid, and low. So I don't know. They're only making 99 of them, which is pretty cool.
They already sold the first 50, right?
Right. The first batch is gone, but this looks really cool. I like the artwork because it really gets away from the normal Matthews Effects artwork. So
yeah, it does.
It's pretty cool. The font is interesting.
Has he done any more of the wood topped?
I don't think so.
Since like the 3, he did the custom ruffians, and there's the Father and the Fool, right?
The Father and the Fool. There was some wood top astronomers and cosmonauts.
I really like the wood top look.
Nah, it's okay. I like it. I don't know. Too much of it seems kind of like having a wood paneled house, and I live in a wood paneled house, and it's not fun.
So this definitely does not sound like an op-amp muff in the demo.
Oh, I don't know how to listen to stuff without it like making my computer crash.
It gets way more sputtery.
I like a sputtery fuzz. I feel like if a fuzz can't get sputtery, it makes me sad.
Yeah.
So we've got that, and then we'll kind of move on. They came out with the Technician, which is the Astronomer V2 and the Cosmonaut V2 put together. So this isn't super new to Matthews Effects.
Yes, he did it with the V1 of each one.
I think it was like the V1 or the V1.5. Wasn't it the 1.5?
Depends on if that was out when he did the first batch.
So he did those. These look like it's kind of smaller in size, because the other ones looked pretty big. I never owned one. These look like they're kind of down to like the True Tone square box size. I like it. It has a good artwork to it.
I mean, that's pretty much all the delay and reverb you'd really ever need.
Is there a delay? Oh, there's a delay in the Cosmonaut V2, isn't there?
Yes, then they add it to a V2.
Yeah. I'd say it'd be pretty good. I'd like it.
You can choose the order, and they still left the preset switches on too, which does make the
still only runs at 200 milliamps.
What?
I think he said all under 200 milliamps.
Yeah, it still runs at 200 milliamps, which is
very
kind of cool for
a reverb.
2 reverbs.
Yeah. Possibilities are almost endless. Almost.
Okay, so at $350.
That's not bad. I mean,
if I had the money, I would get it, but that's also because I love his reverbs.
I love his reverbs too. They're
Really? Any of you interested in buying a father?
his Faja.
No.
No.
Okay.
No, I want the version 2.
You want that? You want those presets, don't you?
Yeah, I like the presets. That was one thing. Like, if they would have done presets on the Father, I would be all over it. Let's see.
It'd be interesting if it was just like, it's since it's the same chip or like innards as the other one, I just need to wire another switch into it.
Yeah.
And it could be an easy mod, but I got things to do.
I got stuff and things. Joyo came out with a Torrent overdrive. So this is one of the new designs from Joyo. It's actually a regular size, kind of close to a, what is it, the Hammond? Say it, Scott.
Reminds me more of the new Behringer enclosure.
It actually
Yeah.
looks. The screws on the side remind me of the OCD style, or
Oh, it's a folded
LR.
box.
Yeah, it looks like an LR bags.
That's
Oh
interesting.
yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Kind of has that LR bags feel to it. But there are a couple things that like make my eye twitch. It sounds cool. I mean, Joyo is known for making decent sounding stuff at a low price, which this one's going to be $54.99, which is phenomenal price for an overdrive.
It actually didn't sound that bad either.
No, it doesn't. The one thing that I absolutely hate, though, well, there's two things now because I just saw this. Everything's like not centered. There's no symmetry at all. The tone knob is slightly to the left of the center of the pedal, and the words are like up and down and to the side. It's horrible. And then, do you see the light? It looks square. It's a square
Yeah,
light.
it looks like the old LED panels on like computers.
Yeah, how about we don't? But I don't know. It looks really cool. Is it, I guess, silver knobs, which is kind of interesting.
5 says those are plastic.
I didn't mean
It's
like
like that, like the metallized like plastic covering.
Well, like the silver,
Mhm.
like they're trying to make it look silver.
yeah.
No, yeah, no, that's what I was going for. It looks pretty cool though.
I'm a bit concerned with an offset stomp switch like that, whether you'll like rock the pedal over.
No, it never happens. I mean, look at Matthew's Effects prime example. It's the
Oh,
bottom
fair enough.
left. So
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't think the pedals are really like wide enough, or not wide enough.
Narrow?
I guess they're not narrow enough.
Yeah,
To do
it's
that.
not a mini enclosure, so I wouldn't be too worried about it.
I'm definitely seeing what Chris was saying with it feels like the Behringer TC line.
Oh, the new smorgasbord.
Yeah,
Mhm.
those ones. It's got a similar
looks-
kind of just aesthetic.
It looks
just
like it would be. It
lit.
looks like it's thinner.
It could be. Did we see a price on these yet?
$54.99.
Yeah, that sounds like a great first drive price.
That's not even a great. That's a great like. I like playing with overdrives, so I'm gonna buy one.
Yeah, that's impulse buy territory.
Oh yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. It does look a lot thinner.
Did you just McDonald's?
I did, because I'm loving it. This thing is great. I'm probably gonna order one soon. This might be my Christmas present. I wonder where I can find it.
Amazon.
Oh man, I might be able to have it here in a few days.
Yeah, I don't know when it comes out, but yes. Well,
Let's see.
it came out a week ago, so it
Yeah.
should be out by now. So while we're chatting about that, how about we talk about the Hungry Robot Dark Moby? Did you get a chance to listen to this one yet?
I didn't have a chance to listen to it, but it is just a variation of their Moby pedal, which sounds phenomenal.
It's sort of a variation of the Moby. What it really is. Oh, that's what happened. Someone's messing with the order of all the.
That might have been me. I accidentally. Someone jacked it up.
Dragon
someone was me.
dropping.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
We'll teach you how to computer one day.
It may arrive after Christmas.
So, the dark mode, it is different enough. It's not like it's just like a modded Moby. It actually is a unique circuit in some ways, because he was saying it's like
It's heavily modified, yeah.
Yeah, you can't just send in a Moby and I can turn it into a dark one.
Okay.
There's more to it than that. But yeah, it's really cool because it does the washout dark reverb or dark delay thing. Really, really well. But I don't think it actually is a like bucket brigade chip. I think it's still digital. It just does a really good job of approximating that sound.
Yeah. So they're not really up for sale yet, the Torrens, by the way. Bummer.
Oh, they're not? Okay. So this is another one of those unfortunate situations where they only made, with the Dark Moby, they only made 30 of them. So
I don't see a way to order it, so...
It is out of stock. They're sold out.
That's good, though. I like it whenever you see small builders being able to sell out their Black Friday stuff.
Yeah, and then they don't go, well, time for V2 and time for V3. That I feel like it kind of diminishes the limited scope every time that happens.
Yeah. All right.
Diaz, are you still trying to edit our G sheet?
I just did. I finished. I fixed it. I just took it off.
Okay.
I didn't actually edit anything. I just jacked it up and you started editing and I finished it really quick.
Okay. Did you guys see the other announcement with a Hungry Robot that they're going to be cutting down their line?
Yeah. He said a lot of the stuff was kind of redundancy, and the ones that weren't selling, like they were close in product to something else he had. And so he was lowering the line because he was getting rid of the things that weren't selling, which is really smart for a small builder. You want to have, you don't want to have like not enough SKUs, but you want to have, if you overextend yourself, you're just doing too much. Trim the fat. It's like cookies in a vending machine. You don't want to put them up in A1. You want to put them right at C5 in the middle, or C4. Because that's where your eyes go right to. I learned that from Kevin from The Office.
I was like, this has to be a quote from something.
That's totally Kevin. Do you not remember with Robert California? He goes, it really was just about cookies.
Oh, yeah.
And
when like he's talking to Kevin and thinks he's a genius.
Yeah, because all of the people went to Florida, and like he's like trying to get him to brainstorm. That's whenever Stanley tried to do his paper for women. He was like, Robert California's like, I don't ever imagine a conversation between a husband and a wife about their paper not being soft enough. He goes, in the black community, he goes, just no. Stanley tried to play off the black community for the complaining about paper, and Robert just shut him down.
I feel like I need to watch the later episodes more.
A lot of people like quit because Michael leaves, and they don't realize that the show kind of takes on. It's kind of like The Office went into a spinoff. It's kind of like Frasier was a spinoff of Cheers, but it's the same. You know what I mean? It's got the same feel and the same people jump in and out. They just didn't change the name. But anywho, actually, I do have to say something that was really cool that happened to me. That was what's new, and I just remembered. So I went to Harbor Freight. They just built a Harbor Freight near me. I don't know if you've ever been to one, but it's really cool. It's got cheaper tools, but they got like a sandblaster there I want to get. But they sat there. I got a free 24-pack of AA batteries for shopping with them. And then I got 50% off an item. I went in there. I spent $7 and got sandpaper, a bunch of like random screws, and 24 AA batteries.
Wow.
I got a free 72 pack from Costco when I signed up for my membership. I'm good for like the next, well, they're good till 2025, so we'll see how long those last.
72 AA batteries?
Yeah, you hear that?
I actually do hear that, yes.
I clipped my mic. I might have.
No, I don't think you did. But all right, so let's move on to the next thing. M Electronics came out with the Navigator hybrid delay. Dun dun dun.
Bucket Brigade delay.
I keep opening up new tabs because I can't find the ones that I had. That's why my computer's going to crash in the middle of recording.
Yeah. So this is your tap tempo Bucket Brigade delay pedal. I mean, that I think we all kind of immediately go and know what that sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
They do some interesting beat splitting with the tap tempo, which is a great feature.
It's got quarter. What is it? Or it says half, 3, 4, and 2/3. So triplets.
There's got to be a dotted eighth in there.
Yeah, I was having trouble like finding out what those were.
Maybe it's quarter, triplets, and dotted eighth. Because that's the most common.
That would make sense.
Maybe because like
or quarter, eighth, and dotted eighth.
Yeah, as the Strymon stuff does it that way. Like you only have the basic quarter note on the main delay, and then the secondary delay is where you can.
Okay, yeah. Selects time interval for the secondary delay voice on the beat split switch.
That's interesting. They opted to go that route with it.
It does have tail. What is tail? Turns on delay trail functions.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Trails if you hit the bypass button, do the
well,
existing echoes finish out or not?
Well, it said tail. I was just making sure I didn't guess it wrong.
Where is it? It definitely says trails.
No, it says tail. I bet you $20.
I'm looking elsewhere in the document to see if it says tails elsewhere.
It says tail under features. Underneath beat split switch.
Yep. I think that's a typo because it turns on delay trails.
No, I think that's
the
what they thought. I know, but it's not a. Did they do it on the pedal and the description wrong? Because if you look on the picture, it says tail. I've zoomed in. Enhance.
I don't even see the tail.
It's right next to the subdivisions. It's the other switch.
Why is this is riveting content right now as Scott zooms in on a pedal. Yes, it does say tail on the pedal. That's weird because they go back and forth in the description here. Anyway,
yeah. So I don't.
So tails is when you plug this pedal into another pedal and then you're allowed to play with tails as a second player, or sometimes knuckles.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
a very select generation of people who grew up with Sega Genesis will understand that.
All right, I'm gonna give you an ADD Dia story for all you listeners who have missed these. So speaking of Sega Genesis, when I was a kid, my dad was one of those dads that like kind of got into he always wanted the new game system, but he never played them really. Huh. But like he always got us the new game system and all that. And he wanted like all the up to date technology, but he was always like a year behind, but he thought it was up to date. So one day we were playing Sega Genesis and we were playing Jurassic Park, and it was apparently daylight savings time and we didn't catch it. So we thought we were late because my parents were divorced. My dad had to take me to meet my mom, and we thought we were late. And he apparently sped there and was doing like 90 miles an hour to get me there on time and all that. And we ended up being like 40 minutes early because of daylight savings time. That was my random ADD story. It was one heck of a trip. All right, so Kiesel.
Yeah, the Emma Electronics. I think the other thing we were talking about during our sort of prep for this was the artwork on this one feels like if Matthews Pedals released it, it would fit perfectly in their line.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I don't like the way the front graphics look because there's a lot of lines and everything going around the words. So like even Scott had to zoom in just to see the word tail. And it's pretty prominent, but because of lines and stuff like that and all the graphics going on in the background, it's hard to read, which I'm sure you'll know where your stuff is, but I don't know. I feel like there's too much going on the front.
Yeah,
and it looks
that's
like
a switch that could have been a dip switch inside. I'm never going to flip that one again.
Yeah. But I don't like if you look at the design too, it looks like everything else is going to be the silver. and there's only color on the front, and I don't like that in designs.
Oh, like Electro Harmonix does
Yeah, I don't like it. Boo.
that. It looks okay. It doesn't look terrible, but
Yeah.
If you got other
I'm not
stuff around
making
it
pedals,
doesn't
so I
matter.
can't say nothing. It's your pedals, you do you. We're not here to shame you.
has better knobs than EHX does, though.
Mm-hmm. It's got the boss knobs.
All right,
Let's
that's
see.
all I got on this.
All right, Kiesel Guitars announces Lee McKinney signature models. All right, first thing on this. Who is Lee McKinney?
I was just about to ask, did any of us actually Google that yet?
Oh,
Born
no.
of Osiris guitarist. So, Jason, I apologize. We didn't know who it was. I'm assuming that sounds like a band I imagine Jason would listen to, or he like knows of them. Born with psoriasis. But yeah, it's a Kiesel. It looks like a Kiesel.
It's a headless Kiesel.
It's a headless Kiesel. I like the neck on the, like, what is that? It looks like kind of like turquoise.
Yeah.
Like the actual turquoise rock. It looks pretty cool. All right, that was it.
I like the black and green one, just how the bevel doesn't have a flame top on it.
Mm-hmm.
I like that contrast. That aesthetic, that larger kind of elbow rest bevel is becoming a trend, I'm noticing. It's a cool shape.
But yeah, no, it looks pretty cool. What are they? Are they 7 strings? 7, yeah.
Well, one of them is.
1716. Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Why was 6 afraid of 7?
7, 8, 9.
Paps. All right, Drybell Music So Drybell Musical Electronic Laboratory
Having trouble with that?
announces that is a long. I'm sorry, that's a long ass name for a company. I don't have time for all that. Drybell announces the Unit 67.
Unit.
Man, it would have been even better if it was a Unit 69. But all right, so Scott, why don't you tell us about this, because you are pretty well knowledgeable on what this is, like the category it's going into.
Yeah, so this is the sort of the new breed of high-end compressors these days that are adding boosts and EQ sections into them. So priced at about the same price point as like the Cali. I
76.
own one of these. Why can't I
Cali
remember?
76.
Cali 76 Deluxe or the Jackson Audio Bloom.
And also the Bondi effects. It was like, what, 1967 or something like that?
Yeah. So you'll see a lot of 67 or 76 kind of numberings, and that's because it's based on an 1176 compressor, which is a vintage rack-mounted unit, which is actually a limiter. But
Oh, yeah, the 2026 by Bondi FX. But so why don't you tell us how it's a limiter? Explain to us.
it can compress at a higher ratio.
But bam, yeah, take that.
This is interesting. It's got the classic 20-something dB boost available, so it can really drive on top of really compressing, which is interesting, to say the least. I guess you can kind of flip the order of the effects, if I'm not mistaken, so you can have the boost after compression or before compression, depending on how you have it. Same thing with the EQ. So I think a lot of people are trying to knock off the Cali 76 because it was kind of the compressor for a while, and I think others are entering into that market, so that's who they're shooting for, and they're coming in at a price point that is matching that as well. So, Diaz, why are you messaging me while I'm trying to talk?
I'm messaging the group because I was just curious. I was trying not to distract the entire podcast, but way to go there, Scott.
Well, you distracted the whole podcast.
Yeah.
Diaz.
So tell us, is this something new that we need to like talk about real quick?
No, I was just wondering if. All right, so for all of those listening at home, if you want to play along, go Oh my gosh. This is like a pick your own adventure podcast.
Oh, I'm so leaving my finger in the page so you can come back if I'm wrong.
Wait, what? Oh, you're leaving your finger. Yeah. Like, screw you. I'm going back to page 67. This is horrible. No, so if you go to Body FX website, they have the art van delay, and the picture they're using on the website looks like it has stickers, when you would think that on all their other pedals the artwork is like screen printed on or whatever it's called.
Oh, that's just because this is like a crappy
But for a
like
400
JPEG and not a...
No, that's a sticker.
Is
That's
it?
got, yes, that is 100% a sticker. Look at the lines right before. That's got to be a sticker, or is that up, or is that raised up?
I'll tell you what, let's post this in the group tomorrow,
Yeah.
It's got a
Or
crease
today.
to it.
and then we'll take
It
a vote.
looks like-
We'll have everybody vote.
I don't know if it's the way that maybe there's a bend. I don't
Well,
know.
so a lot of pedals put like a vinyl down. It's like a sticker, but more. Like it's got some thickness to it.
It
That's a
looks
pretty
like,
common thing on like plain enclosures. Like, I mean,
yeah,
we've been talking about the Kelly 76. They do that.
yeah.
The Quaverado had something like that. The Matthews Effects, the father was like that, but it was made out of wood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but this Unit 67 looks really cool by Drybell. Let's see. The boost stage is 22.4 decibels. Is that supposed to be 0.4?
It in a lot of European areas they'll use a comma.
Instead of a decimal?
Yep.
Huh.
It's annoying.
I was like,
I'm really curious to get hands on this and see how it compares.
And we're talking about the unit now,
yeah,
Yes.
we're back to being on task.
making sure everybody's.
I mean, it's one of those things of you don't really know if you love a compressor until you have hands on it,
yeah.
because there's such a touch relationship with them on top of how they sound. And I also don't know how I guess I kind of like the big old knob on it for the boost, just because
Yeah.
that means I can reach out with my feet and move it probably, because all the other knobs
Yep.
are pretty small.
Yeah, it's a pretty big chicken head knob. I like it. I think it looks good. I would definitely want to play this one if it wasn't $289 freaking dollars.
I wish it had multiple foot switches for its functions instead of just
Yeah.
one.
Or if they
Or
at least
like a
had
jack.
a jack to extend it. LOL. Yeah, I just said LOL. But all right, I feel like we've touched that pretty well, and we got distracted. It's been fun, guys. Let's talk about our topic. So this past week, we're recording this right after the whole Cyber Monday, Black Friday weekend went on. We're gonna talk about.
Woo!
Keep your shirt on. Sorry, I just thought about the ad I did today, and I thought it was ironic. I'm telling someone to keep their shirt
I'm sitting
on.
there like I'm sitting here really tired. Be like, how do I make a joke out of this? How do I make a joke out of this?
Oh my gosh!
You couldn't keep your pants on, Diaz.
Hey, my wife took that picture. Those were personal, and somehow they leaked on the internet.
Yeah,
That's how
your boudoir pictures are used.
Boudoir.
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 Did I just teach Scott how to say something fancy sounding?
Well, I tried to say it southerny,
Oh, you're
And then
trying
you
to
were like-
insult me.
and then you were like, "No, Scott, it's a French word."
Those dang Frenchies.
I gotta brush up on my French if I'm going to
Je suis le grand
Canada
fromage.
tomorrow. Ugh.
Yeah, je suis le grand fromage. Just remember that, and you're good.
I am the big cheese.
That's right. I am the big cheese. All right. So let's see. Chris, what did you see on Black Friday that was really cool? Chris is like, I slept Black Friday.
Yeah, I pretty much did because I was broke, and so it was like I don't even want to like go see what's out there.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I saw was the Matthews Effects thing. That's just because it like popped up in my timeline, and I've been itching to get a hold of one of his dual reverbs, just that way I can like have that space saving on my board. Well, a little
Yeah.
bit of space saving and less cable management. So that was the cool thing.
Did you see the Walrus Audio stuff?
Did they do the?
They did
oh
limited
yeah, they
prints.
did like
They look like the
vintage
retro.
looking thing. Yeah, I think Marissa showed me that. I like got a glimpse at it, but
They're
again, I was
really
like,
cool.
I don't want to look at it too much because then I'll be tempted to try to get something.
Well, you did get a Walrus Audio pedal
Yeah,
yesterday.
I got my whatever it was back.
I gave you the Jupiter Fuzz back. I was like, great. Now I was like, I don't have to ship the pedal. I was so excited. And then I'm trying to think what else came out. I know Westminster did a blackout Chick delay and a blackout Osteen distortion.
Oh, they
and
did?
Oh,
all
I missed that.
it's still up for sale. I think he's selling them to get to NAMM for Winter
That's
NAMM.
pretty cool.
So,
Yeah, he's still doing that whole GoFundMe thing, right?
Indiegogo or something like
Indiegogo,
that.
there it is.
It might be that. Yeah. No, it's pretty cool. I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think. That's the only blackout I really saw this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because last year was the blackout Keeley stuff.
Yep. That was pretty cool last year. I'm trying to think. I feel like there was someone else who did blackout.
Well, the 1981 Inventions is doing a blackout model.
Yeah.
If and when he finally decides to ship mine.
We're looking at you,
Come on,
Mr.
Matthew.
Hoops.
No, I think because I did the black one, I'm going to be waiting a while.
Yeah. Sinusoid had a cool Black Friday, 25% off, and then Covenant cables. Oh, we got to talk about that. Sinusoid bought Covenant cables.
Yeah, like outright. So all productions move into Seattle.
Yep, everything's moving to Seattle. The gentleman who runs Covenant Cables, I can't remember his name. He's still doing his amp business, I think, and like his backline stuff. So he's doing that still under Covenant, but it's not Covenant Cables. But congratulations to the guys at Sinusoid. It's always good whenever you see some of these companies acquiring. The Covenant Cables wasn't really a super small builder. They're pretty well known. I knew about them before this. So
does this mean they now have a controlling interest in Gear Talk Praise and Worship?
Ooh.
Oh gosh,
They have enough board seats.
I'm not getting into the politics of Gear Talk Praise and Worship.
I mean, they've got like the seats in every other group. It seems like.
There's
They got that.
the politics in our group is horrible.
It's a hostile takeover.
What?
I'm making stock jokes, and they're just going right over you guys' heads right now because they're not funny.
Like the stock market?
Yes.
All I know is that the stock in my company is very low, and it's not worth much. That's all. It's actually down 0.23 points today.
Do you own any stock in them?
And another 2 years, I think I will have whatever $3,000 worth of shares is.
Hello?
Yellow.
All right, I'm going to have to exit and cut this out, so just keep recording.
So, other cool Black Friday stuff. I did notice a number of groups doing the buy enough, you get a free pedal incentives, or like first come, first serve on some of them. So
it was more than just Mr. Is it Mr. Black that does that every year, or is it somebody else?
Mr. Black did it this year.
Who's the normal?
Solid Gold was doing it.
Doing what? I dropped out.
The buy one get one free.
Yeah, and then what was we talked about it last week, the fuzz pedal?
Yeah. I'm blanking on the
That was
name
Solid
because
Gold
I'm
Effects.
tired. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. And we were saying Mr. Black did it. Someone else did it too.
Buy one, get one?
Fuzz Rocious was doing
buy the baby furnace with something and you get another pedal free.
Yeah, and there were like limited quantities, so like first come, first serve on like there are like 5 of something and there are 5 of something else.
Lambertone's had a pretty crazy weekend. He was announcing specials.
They did a lot of
Yeah, he was doing
sales.
special after special. So that was pretty cool.
I should get a set of cremas.
You need to do the
one day.
Crema Jazz Masters. Really? You don't want?
No, I like Jazzmaster pickups.
I don't. That's just me. let's see. Who else had some pretty cool stuff? Amazon just had some killer deals. If you got on, and it wasn't no 112.94 thing. Was that? Yeah. I'm like,
did any 50/50s actually hit the real market on Black Friday?
like I know they're all for sale. I don't think any of us shipped, have they?
Well, like I think there were like 4 left or something like that went out to the open.
They're definitely not selling as fast as they did the first few runs, but I really want the black color. It looks great.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else happened. Old Blood Noise Endeavors did that one pedal for Dead Acquire, and then they also did some special runs of colors, but it was still kind of like the same artwork. So, I mean, not to knock them because I love their stuff, but like that wasn't enough of like a special thing. Whereas like when Walrus would do their unique artwork, it was always like a very different take. So like a year or two ago, they had a Julia.
Oh yeah,
that was just crazy.
The Lady
looking.
in the Lake looking Julia.
Yeah, I still want that one.
That one still goes for some pretty decent money.
It looks like it, yeah. But I don't know. Not a lot of the Black Friday special artwork really got to me this year. I don't know if you guys.
The best Black Friday artwork will always be the ones that never happened. The Walrus Audio Star Wars. Rest in peace.
I saw a Boba Fett pedal recently.
Yeah. I think it's just weird that a lot of people would use that artwork. I guess they don't think they're big enough for Disney to mess with them.
Well, there's that one group who constantly does Simpsons themed pedals. And I guess because they're based in Europe, they're just like, yeah, they're not coming after us or something. I don't.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, Doug didn't get in trouble for the Canyon Arrow, did he?
That's a stretch, though. I mean, I don't see like them really freaking out about using the Canyon Arrow. I could see him really using like the likeness of Bart or Homer and like using it heavily, but especially like one-off stuff, I don't see them freaking out about. Now, if it becomes production, I think is when they probably have an issue.
Did he ever sell that guitar?
The Canyon Arrow? No, I think he still has it.
Yeah. That's just like something he brings
I'm
around.
not sure. Doug, if you listen to this, let us know. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start just like adding people just to see if they listen. They'll be like, oh, I love the show. I'd be like, no, you don't. Or else you would have noticed.
Also, while we're talking to Doug, thanks for shipping that.
Shipping what? What did he ship you?
He shipped me some stuff.
Some stuff and things?
Some stuff and things.
Yeah. I feel like I've got something coming in that I'm excited about. Oh yeah. I know something else that I did Black Friday. Is it Fox Chiro? Fox Chiro?
Fox
Cairo. All right.
Cairo.
All right. Fox Cairo.
Yep. All Greek letters.
They had their name your own price toppers. So I got an effects loop topper. And you can actually order one that has my face on it. Nick Hamilton's done this. And
is that the one you got, or did you do the other one?
He ordered the one that you made. He's gonna have a pedal topper with my face on it.
I like.
And it's gonna glow in the dark. That's gonna be creepy as hell. Oh my gosh, that house will be haunted.
Actually,
I like that the arrows are still like the hand drawn iPhone junk that I just scribbled in to send to you.
It's gonna be fantastic. So if you want, you can order a custom pedal topper from Fox Cairo, and put their link in the description. Whoever does the episode description, go down there. You can order you can order the effects loop special, and it'll have my face on it.
You can just stomp on that over. And
I broke
over
the
and
string
over.
on my Ernie Ball 7 times this week.
No, Diaz, I think you'll enjoy that because I've got one of his on my Ernie Ball, and I like it.
Yeah, I'm really excited
because it's still got the grip tape to it.
You know what?
So
I didn't think about something. I've got the 40th anniversary. It's got that indentation in the middle. I didn't think about that. I wonder if it'll affect it.
Has he shipped it yet?
No. I don't want him to change because the logo's right there. It should be fine.
Should
Yeah.
be all right.
I mean, it should just, if it's tight enough, it'll just cover right over and be no problem. Or I can fill it with super glue. Because that's the best answer.
That's
That's
self-level.
the answer to everything.
Yeah. Just,
All right.
what? Did you just type that?
I got nothing. Type what?
Discuss episode title.
No, that's been there.
Do we
the
need to
whole
do that
time.
after? Let's do that on
Yes.
air. Come on, guys. Help us decide.
I'm just gonna put it up as untitled until somebody actually.
Can we
gives
do
us a
that?
name.
Scott, can we do that? Can we do that, Scott?
Yeah, can we?
Dude, Chris is doing the work.
Oh, well,
tonight.
you're kind of like the
Yeah,
you're kind of
it's
like the
happening.
you're kind of like the group dad. So like I always want to make sure it's okay.
Go ask
All
your
right.
mother.
Yeah, Chris, can you wake up mom and see? She likes you more. You ask her. If you had siblings, you always knew which kid to ask the parent. You always knew which kid to send in. Like my kids know to send Jude in. Jude's the one that asks for stuff. All right, so first person to give us a great episode title gets a free sticker whenever we get them. How does that sound?
Oh God,
We do.
Yeah,
We need to get business cards and stickers. What we need to do is start something that we've talked about for like 7 months now. Make these turds paid for their stuff.
Do you just call our listeners?
I did.
turds?
I was raised
That's gonna be our subscription.
Yeah.
plan now
for
is it's
for one.
called the
Yeah,
Turds.
the effects loop turds.
I think we just found our episode title. Did you just call our entire audience turds?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's actually a good one. You can't win. Let the listeners win. All right. Thanks for joining us. Leave us a review on iTunes. And in that case, you're not turds. You're wonderful little angels. You sweet princes of Maine. Follow us on Instagram. You can go and see crazy posts of me displaying our t-shirts. Check out our Facebook group where you can comment about how I'm stupid. You can go to YouTube and watch things. So if you're at work and you can't listen to your phone, pull up iTunes or pull up YouTube. Listen there. And if you have any ideas for topics, email us at theeffectsloop@gmail.com. I'm reading. People are typing stuff. I'm getting distracted. Email us at theeffectsloop@gmail.com. That's our name. So
The Flex Loop is our workout
the afflected loop.
podcast.
If I ever buy a boat, it's going to be the FX.
Oh my gosh. All right. So, thanks for joining us. I'm Diaz.
And Chris.
We'll
I'm
talk to you
Scott.
later, guys. Bye.
Yeah.
Adios.